how well this is going to work out. We got no lights. Duke! Sit down. Go night-night. I'm going to shut the window. I'll be right back. We're here. We're in the dark. I'll be right back. Duke, sit down. That's it. Enough. No, that's it. Suck it. Night-night now. You're being so bad. You're being ridiculous now. I can't see. Oh. All right, this one. Screw it. I'm here. Okay, I'm here. I'm back again. I had to close the window. Hold on. We here. We got lighting issues again. Let me see what I can do. These stupid things. Because there's not quite enough electricity. I'm working it out. Hold on. I got another one of these guys. My little solar lights. Did I get one there? I have another one. Let's try. Well, that's not so bad. All right, get down. Now, they may crap out on us, but I don't know how long they're going to last. Duke, get down. Duke's a little crazy tonight. His brother's next door. Oh, they just pulled up. Now, I can't see your chat yet because, wait for it. I got to hook up to my own. Hold on. Okay, you can stop that now. We're done. Get off. Live. Hold on, I'm going. Normally it tells me my thing is up here. I should have got an announcement. Of course I didn't. Well, how am I going to do this now? Oh. I got to figure this out. No, I don't want that. Oh, all right. Okay, I did it. I'm watching myself. Oh, all right. Okay, I did it. I'm watching myself. Hold on. We're dealing with the Dukester. I'm sorry. Wait. What? Oh, that's an idiot. Okay, I got it. I am you. Oh, there's a bunch of idiots making new accounts for this week. That's okay, because I go back later and block them permanent. Wait, oh shit. I did it again. Where is... there it is. Okay, I'm back again. Okay, I keep losing. Oh, I keep losing my channel. Well, how are there 14 but nobody said hi? Okay, I didn't lose. Okay, I don't know. My phone's freaking out today. So I just wanted to come on, let everybody know we're okay. There's a lot of flooding on the Indian River. Flooded actually in about 2 blocks into Cocoa Beach. I saw that all today. I was on a 2-hour ride to nowhere. there was a park, and on the website, it shows it as a free day use park. I don't want to say the name, because if you go there, you're going to get in trouble. It's a special park for NASA. It's a campground for the people and contractors working at NASA. They put them up in mobile homes. So it's listed as a county or state park kind of thing. And they can't get it taken down for some reason. She says, you know how many people every day show up at the park and you can barely turn around. There's a big, huge gate. There's all kinds of stuff. I drove into the middle of like a government facility that was a trailer park. That was crazy. So don't believe everything you read on websites about the parks. You could get there and there might not even be a park. So that was 2.5 hours. At least I gave the car a nice ride after the oil change. I haven't been doing a lot of maneuvering around. Oh, he's being a wild man because his brother's in the next car. And they didn't get to see each other all day long. And he's being a madman today. He's being a boy. He's just being a chihuahua. I'll snap your bow tie, bro. That's it. Go night-night. Go night-night. You don't get no cookies. You want your cookies? Yeah? Gonna eat a cookie and shut up? They get in the mood. I told them I should have just got another cat. What? What? What do you want? You want your cookies? Cookies. Good, the cookies. Yeah, you be quiet for cookies? Good. I tried to feed him so he'd go to sleep. That didn't work out too well. Get your cookie. You want that one? Fine. I'm gonna eat it. Oh, you want the other one? Okay. The bones. Want the bones? Oh. Oh, the bones. We love the bones. They're nice and soft. It's like a brownie. It's like a chicken brownie. Oh, you want two? Oh, you want two? You gonna shut up? Here, take that one. You gonna take it away? Put it away. Put it in the bowl. You want this one? You want two? You want more? There you go. He's such a good boy. He's a good boy when he wants to be. Yeah. Have you guys been watching those videos from over there? It's been madness. Sorry. All the people living over there are now making their own, just digging out of their houses on that mountain where the landslide came. I saved a video. You should watch. It's at the top of the playlist. They show you the road in. There's no road in. It used to be a 2-lane road up that mountain. And the landslide, the mudslide, took everything away and left like half of the road. So they're using half of the road to go in one way, and they had to bring bulldozers into a forest to knock down trees to build a whole new road to get in to see if they can find anybody in the mud. So while they're going that way, there's a team following, trying to figure out if they can find anybody in the mud. Problem was, when they started building the road about 4 days ago, they took out a bunch of lifting up trees that were just stacked, thousands of trees, like 200-foot tall pine trees piled on top. They came in with a giant claw, picked up about 20 trees to clear it off the road, and 2 little 8-year-old boys fell out. They're searching for the parents because they figured the parents made them climb the tree to get out of the water. Hey, Teo, there you are. We're having a hard time seeing the chat. It hasn't been working. There you are. Hey, Tim. Hey, Street Life. Teo, right? Teo? T-A-O? I'm trying. How has everybody else been? So, yeah. Oh, no, it went away. Don't do that. Oh, there I am. I have to read you guys on here. And that video is showing you going into the mountain, watching them build the roads, just trying to get up to each house. And then once he gets to a certain place, he gets to like a FEMA site, say. I'm just gonna say FEMA site, or fire. It's not bad. It's not that the rain puts me to sleep. We had a trailer in Pennsylvania, and the rain, you have to get used to it, especially on that vinyl. Do you have a vinyl or a metal roof like a car? Ours was plastic coating on the pull trailer. That sounded very funny when it hit that, different from the car. But I'm used to spending half my life in the car, working out of the car. What's the matter with you today? You're just being a madhouse. Gotta calm down. What? You're just being a crackerhead today. He really is. You're being a little snapper face. You on video, bro. We're live on the internet. Everybody's seeing how bad you are. Oh, yeah. Got the growl today. He's in the mood. Been yelling at everybody today. So, I like that sound. It's soft. Every time it starts raining, I'll put something on, and you can barely hear it. Ours, you could barely hear the TV when it was raining really hard. Most of the time, we'd be putting on the closed caption. You just pass out and fall asleep. You can't hear the TV. Okay, we gotta hear this the whole time. No. You see me? You know what we're doing. Normally he's quiet and he's good, but I don't know. But then they get to, I'll say, shelter site, all the tents. And then you'll see where he goes inside this building and really show you what's going on. That's what we used to do. So you'll see what I used to do for a living through Hurricane Sandy, with 9/11, all the blizzards, blackouts. Every time we had an issue and had to take people in. We did that a lot in the summer with the heat and stuff. But it'll give you a good idea what I used to do. And what we went through for 2.5 years after Hurricane Sandy. Excuse me, Superstorm. We call her another name, but I won't say it on TV. What? Now it's telling me to hit play. My phone is acting cool. Hey! What is the matter today? Go night-night. Everybody's going to sleep. That's it. Night-night. He's mad. He wants to play outside, and it's 8 o'clock at night. We never do this. He's being an exceptional little jerk tonight. He's in a mood. I don't know why. Okay, my phone's been acting crazy. He's just wacky. He wants to go outside. He wants to play with his brother because he knows we're going night-night. Now he's kind of given up. They saw each other during the morning for a little while, and then she had places to go all day, and then I tried to find that other park, and now we just got together a little while ago. So we can't be hanging out in the parking lot. They can be a little bit loud, but he in a mood. He's in his rebellious teenage stage. He's almost a year old now. Dookie will be 1 year old Thanksgiving weekend. So he's in his rebellious teenage years, I guess, in dog years, where he don't listen to nobody no more. And then yells at me, gives me the looks at me with this nasty little thing and walks away, all tough. Like, I have to listen to you. Just remember the first time you told your mother, I have to listen to you and do what you said. Hey, rare breeds. Oh, good. Yeah, they've been busy cleaning. Oh no! Yeah, right? He's back. Where the hell is this dog? Maybe he thinks it's his other little friends. Here, take the cookie. Oh, you're being a jerk. Now you don't want the cookie? I'll throw the cookie in the garbage. You want it in the garbage? Oh, no. You don't deserve the cookie. Because you're not getting his way. He's pouting and being a little jerk. Oh, thank you. I try to be. It doesn't do any good crying about it. But I did for a couple of days. And then I was crying a lot yesterday watching some of these home movies and people actually going door to door through the churches are making their own thing. It's a YouTube channel, Bikes and Beards, or Beards and Bikes. Those guys just loaded up all kinds of stuff. Then there's another car channel called It's Just a six-cylinder. They make cars. Thank you very much. Dark is good. I don't have my other lights. I don't have enough electric to run the big strip lights, and also it's only 8 o'clock, and there are a lot of policia in the area, so I don't want to light up the inside of the van like Luna Park. They're busy chasing. You'll hear them come by soon, the motorcycles racing. These idiots were out here, and there's tree shit everywhere. You're dodging giant limbs in the street. All of Cocoa Beach, I drove an hour and a half through all the way up north. Around trees. A million of, they have no electricity on Merritt Island and Cocoa Beach still. And it's out over here in different places. There's just everybody. There's trucks and things. And if I'd have known, oh, great, another dog. Lord have mercy. All right. Stop. Relax, puppy. Oh, he's in a mood. Oh, I can read that here. I know. It's madness. And then the Indian River, like I was saying, I went to turn down to look at one of the parks on the river. I was on A1A. And as I'm driving, Duke jumped up, and I was yelling at him to move because I couldn't see the road. He jumped right in front of me, and as I pushed him, I was about to drive into about 4 foot deep of the river was in the street about maybe 2 blocks up. I said, oh shit, I slammed on the brake, everything went flying forward. I was like, damn, I'm trying to back up and look if anybody's coming behind me because it's a 1-lane street. Now I spent all day making K-turns that took like 20 minutes, back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth, because it was 1 lane. I wanted to scream. Oh, I had to do that like 4 times today. Then I stopped going down the side streets. I said, forget it. I'm just going to go all the way back. Hell with it. All right. Night-night. Shh. Night-night. Night-night, Poppy. Come on. Eat your stuff. I bet you didn't even eat your foodies, did you? Did you eat your foodies? No. Look, it's still in the bowl. You didn't even eat. Gotta yell at him. He's just a cranky little jerk today. Because we were riding in the car all day. What else? But yeah, just there's a couple of people who live up there delivering food and stuff. So I saved like 4 videos. So it's at the top of my public playlist. If you really want to see the inside part of people who actually lived in the landslide, who watched half their house get swept away by 5,000 trees and a mountain coming right at them. The video is unbelievable. These people actually survived. It just ripped the whole driveway right up to the front door. Gone. Road is like a 100-foot cliff as they open the door because it's just gone. Everything's gone. All right. Stop. Stop. Relax. You need some fan. I'll put the fan on you. There you go. He's just a cranky little chihuahua today. He's being a chihuahua today. So check out those videos. Because they actually know the people. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then I was crying the last 2 days on and off. I kept getting really depressed and sad. And with all this going on, tomorrow's Richard's birthday. It's in 14 days, it'll be 3 years that he died. Richard died 2 weeks after his birthday. So, yeah, I forgot when I said I would do this, but it's probably better I do it now than after, so give me some time. But, yeah, so I'm a little bit shook up because on the way back, I thought, well, you know what? Since his birthday's tomorrow, I'll stop at the hotel and I'll go hang out at the beach on the side in the back road where we used to go and hang out. I'm waiting for the hotel to go by, Now, before he died, they were moving. They were selling that hotel to the Hard Rock Cafe to build a 20-story building on the beach that just got wiped out, okay? With the 10-story tall guitar sign in front of it. That hotel he was in lost, the entire roof came off of 2 buildings. Thank God it was empty because they made them evacuate all the people, but they stayed on, just the staff, in case anything went wrong. You know, they had to cut the power and turn off electric to the whole place before the storm came. And that's one thing that no one does. I watched a video and I shared it with some people. 1 woman and 5 kids, all different ages. They're in the kids' bedroom. The kids pulling stuff out like crazy. It's a short that's on YouTube. They have a double window door because they're at the beach with the ones that open in, right? The water's coming up these 2 little doors with a little clasp like this, holding it, little brass lock. He's pulling his keyboard out, handing it to his brother. Just as he gets out of the bedroom door, the windows shatter and the ocean comes rushing in. The mom's yelling right before they gotta unplug everything, before the water comes in. Unplug everything. You should have turned the electric off to your house before that. I gotta say this now before I forget, because it's the one thing you guys never do and no one tells you, unless you grew up being under flood watch like I have my whole life, down here and in New Jersey. Even upstate in Pennsylvania, we had to leave because we're at the bottom of the Appalachian Mountain right here. And at certain times of the year, shit melts and down comes the snow and it turns into a river and floods our entire trailer park under 8 feet of water. When a storm is coming and there's a hurricane or a tropical storm, the reason why we buy so many batteries and lights and gasoline for the generators is because just as the rain kicks in, We go right to the circuit breaker and cut the power to the property. It didn't matter that she pulled the plugs out of the stupid computers. The electric is still on and the outlet is still live. The minute that salt water hits that, boom, explosions, fire. It's a crazy reaction that electricity has to salt water. Like the cars exploding, your house will blow up. It happens all the time to the mobile homes. And especially you got gas lines, and sometimes those old houses down on those beaches actually have gas lines in there. Some of the hotels have gas. It's not a propane out, it's underground. So any kind of shit down here, no matter where you are, if you think it's gonna flood, and especially you live by the water, cut the power. If you get a leak in your roof, the rain that the storm is raining down on you, it's sucking up ocean water. So it's not clean rain coming down out of the clouds. That's salt water coming down at you at 100 miles an hour. Okay, you got the hole in the roof like I had. No, that's it. You live without electricity through the storm. As soon as you're sure that that's dying down, then we turn the electric back on. But everything gets unplugged. Everything. Because once the power goes out and it comes back on, it'll blow every single toaster, your blender. We've lost like 8 microwaves over the years because I forgot to unplug it. I wasn't used. Richard kept leaving it plugged in. Just leave it in, I'll get one. They're always replacing them at the hotel. He could get TVs and microwaves whenever he wanted. So he left his in, but you got to unplug your devices because once the electric comes back on, even if they're not on, if it has a clock on it or a timer, it's getting electricity and it can blow it out. I've lost toasters, blenders, everything, especially living around here in a place that's got really old electricity. Stop. Relax. So that's my storm tip, because we still got 2 more months to go. And a lot of people are new to Florida, you know. And if you know someone who moved here recently, you tell them we live by candlelight and stuff. Yeah. Oh, they don't know. People are freaking out. Everybody's leaving by the hundreds of people who just got here in the last few years. They're like, hell, I'm out of here. They did a thing on the news. There's been a mass exodus of people leaving who just came here during the, the whole lockdown crap. Hey, Dabsy, how are you doing? I was busy yelling. Sorry. I see so many things that people are doing wrong in these videos. Oh my God. That lady's lucky her and lucky those kids are alive. Now, as they're running out the bedroom, they're up to their ankles in 10 seconds. Up to their ankles. Their lights were still on in the hallway, but up to your, not up to their ankles, up to their knees. All those outlets on the wall are soaking wet. They're underwater, and the lights to the house were on. And I'm sitting there like, did these people live? I'm trying to find out who they are. Like, Lord have mercy. God was watching over them, because they all should have been fried the minute that water rose and hit every one of those electric sockets. That poor woman, she was alone. There was no man in the house. It was just her and the kids. Yeah. Hey, Jackie and Tom. Yes, I'm back in color. We're in low lights. Yeah, everything is good. We had a lot of street signs ripped out. We had that tornado shit that went on. They're like, oh, in the one day. It wasn't. That was just the one night where we had 130 tornadoes. 29 confirmed. That makes us so angry down here that it's like, shut up. all together in a 4-day period. Our tornado warnings just ended yesterday. Yesterday, because they were still happening. Today we had a bunch of little black clouds showed up out of nowhere. Little tiny fingers far up. But then there was one big wide one. That one was an F3. It was 2 miles wide that blew through Fort Pierce and killed it killed 5 people in the trailer park and demolished the entire park. But only 5 people died. Unreal. Unreal. That's like we were starting to get tornadoes in New Jersey during the blizzards. Those crazy nor'easters coming out of Canada, we were getting thunder and lightning and tornadoes. Snow tornadoes. It was crazy. It was getting crazy. So they're just popping up all over the place. But other than that, everything's a mess. There's just trees and stuff. Nobody's done anything. Nobody's really done anything. They're too busy trying to get all the electric on. That there's tree branches everywhere. You gotta be careful where you drive. It was nuts. There was a bunch of the radio people. What the hell is his name? Dan Bongino lives on the other side of Fort Pierce, and I think he's in West Palm or Palm Beach. The people who do the News Junkie show, it's another 3-hour show, it's 5 Floridians. All 5 of them live down, scattered between Fort Pierce and Miami. And they do a radio show from different locations, say. It was crazy. It was crazy. I hate that tornadoes, and the lightning was insane. It was like lightning like 2 feet wide. Normally it's very thin and skinny. This stuff was like just like this big. It was like instead of a pencil, we got this. And it was loud as hell because all the clouds were so low. Those tornado clouds drop down. They come out of something called a shelf cloud, which is only like 10 feet above your head. And sometimes those clouds will drop right down to the ground. And then there's a light. You're standing in a lightning storm inside of a cloud. They just drop straight down out of the thing. I've seen them come over trailer parks and just like this. It's crazy. But yeah, it's just seeing what happened. That whole state of South Carolina is just gone. It's just gone. It's sad. And then that other part up in Bradenton and Asheville and those other places above Tampa, and then the ones below, it's like just everybody. That was like Ian and Nicole. That went from one side to the other and ripped us a freaking new one. We had 185-mile-an-hour winds with gusts to 192 miles an hour for 18 straight hours with Ian. And that wasn't a 5. I know it was a 5 when it landed, but hell, that was a 5 all the way across the state. And they were lying about those numbers. I have all Coast Guard, Navy, and Marines, and everybody's got all kinds of wind shit that they used to use and stole on their way out when they retired. All the Navy guys. And they were coming and they were all comparing what their machines were saying, you know, because they took shit off the boats out of supply for their trailers, so they could keep track of the winds and know when the hell to get out, you know. And yeah, that was nuts. That's the one that lifted the house. Nicole and Ian. Nicole lifted it one way, one side of the double wide. My kitchen went up in the air, and my bathroom and half my bedroom split in half. And then it came crashing down. And then Mouse and I were on the couch when Ian came through and then switched directions off the Atlantic and started spinning this way and then lifted this side of the house straight up like this. I was sitting on the couch and I was actually standing with Mouse with the bent over with the couch touching me. If it would have did it like 3 inches more, it would have knocked that couch that was over 800 pounds on top of me and Mouse and dropped us underneath it. And there was nobody gonna know we were there. I had no phone for those hurricanes. And I was sitting through those storms for 36, 48 hours. What was it, 72 hours before that shit was gone? That was mad. It was like 3 straight days of hell. And it was so loud. So like this. That's how I knew they just tornado after tornado. It was like freight train after freight train coming through. It just so loud all night. And then the car, it was like somebody was pushing my van down like this. Well, I could tell you I got excellent shocks. I heard no squeaks, no nothing. And that car was bouncing like this, up and down, then side to side, side to side. But the car was bouncing up and down, trying to lift it. The wind was going one way around the building we were hiding behind, but then a secondary wind came this way, was coming sideways and under the car. I said, fuck, that's a tornado. So it was hitting the wind coming in around the building at 90 miles an hour. We had probably at least 115 to rock this van to where I was holding on. And I thought we were gonna kind of tip into each other, like that's we tried to stay as close together as we could, but to try to make one mass between the two cars. If we were separated, we'd have blown over at one point or got lifted up and moved. Because the last one moved me, what, 9 feet out of my parking space all the way into the street. It just kept pushing me. So when the van was rocking like this, I didn't know I was moving a little bit at a time. So either it was pushing me or it was dragging me with the tornado going past and pulled me out of the parking space into the middle of the street. I woke up at 9 o'clock in the morning and that was when I took the window covers off, I was in the middle of the parking lot. I said, oh shit. Thank God it was the storm, or they would have, you know what I mean? Somebody would have called the cops on me. And said, I didn't know I was in the middle of the street. Next time, look out the windows. I'm reading, catching up. But that was a hell of a ride. I do knew. But, butt hurts. Tired of sitting. And then he's been cooped up in the van since what, Monday? Yesterday was the first day he really went out. Well, it's hot again during the day. We're back up to 85. The nights are cool, but it's hot. And then we had a horrible rainstorm this morning. And I thought, great, well, we need more water. Because we had 4 days of straight water, 3 days of rain before Helen, and then the 4 days between Helen and this guy, Milton, we had another 4 straight days of rain. We were already over our limit of rain, and that when the water came in off of the river, it crested at 5 feet, just like they said it was. Now, in 3 days, is going to be full moon, highest tides of the year. Those rivers that are overflowing up there again are going to do it one more time on what? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Figure Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the tides are going to be high again. And it's going to mess with those lakes again. So those people are looking at another more water coming back in, and they got the 10 feet that they thought they were going to get with the cresting king tide the other night. Oh, that shit came right back in, and it's not going anywhere. Now we got 4 days till the high tide comes for the month. I don't know how much more water they're going to get up there. Probably another, I'd say 6 to 10 feet coming in within the next 3 days. I said, damn. They're a mess. That's going to be a mess for a long time up there, certain places. It's a shame, too, and people are walking to, the people who own the bars are now walking around doing a live stream and stuff. So look for those. I feel like driving over there and punching that JLR investigates in the ass. I'm going to kick him where it freaking hurts. He's still over there, buying food, using water, using the gas for all those people. Now just imagine there's 500 people over there like the storm chaser guys, all doing this shit. That's 500 people using the gas, eating the food, using water that they don't have, and getting in the way. He's still over there, filling his fucking tank up. The Wawa kicked him out. They won't let him in no more, and I'm glad. They practically don't want to sell him gas. They want him the hell out of there. They're being very rude and mean to him. Good for you. You should, because everybody's pissed. The guy's been here since Helen. So through all the madness, he's over there probably on the FEMA line. He's going to the free food places. Bullshit, he ain't. And if he gets on that free gas line, I hope they arrest him. Because the gas stations are now shutting down and the government's handing out the gas like we did. All what you see that they're doing is what I had to do for 2.5 years during Hurricane Sandy. Handing out the gas, handing out the clothes, helping people wash their shit. It's non-stop. My shelter went from 1,500 people to 5,000. I only had an 1,800 limit in the facility I had. We had no choice. There were that many people. Too many apartment buildings. We had to get the people out because the foundations, the first 4 floors, were underwater in apartment buildings. Eli Manning was trapped in his friggin' building down the block from my house. Jerk. He was in Hoboken. And they had to stop and pull a bunch of fucking firemen to go see if he was okay. When they got to his building, it wasn't up to the 4th story. It was to the lobby. The first 3 stairs into the lobby, it was even. They got out of the elevator. They had a news crew there and everything. They were pissed. They were pissed. They never went back. They left him there on his fucking own. It's like, you assholes brought us down here for a photo op when I'm saved. People are drowning over here on the next block. Oof. Want to see some mad firemen and cops? Yo. Eli Manning apologized to the town, to the residents, to the first responders, to everybody who had to do anything to do with that, and it interrupted our services. He was angry. He got very angry. He made some speeches and that his manager had did it and he didn't know anything about it, because I think they were trying to catch him with his girlfriend. It was like a whole stupid paparazzi take advantage shit, okay? People were dying. But yeah, they're looking at a long, long time. At least 3 years handing out food and water. And those people are going to be barbecuing on charcoal for a really long time. How they're going to get that electric back up in those mountains, I do not know. They got to build roads before the electric crew can go in and make sure. And then we had to get geologists. We had National Geographic and all these crazy people coming to the town. We had buildings falling down for years because all the foundations are screwed. Even though it looked okay, 6 months, 9 months, for over 2 years, buildings were just collapsing. 10-story buildings in New York, boom, 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 falling down, blowing up, because they all got gas lines in them. We had all kinds of crazy stuff happening. Gas lines in the ground from the weight of, 10 stories high. It was insane what happened in New York. It just, right up. It was like a movie, like the movie, Day After Tomorrow. You watch that movie, that's what happened during Superstorm Sandy. 10 stories straight up. There were people on the radio do different things. TV stars, all the news people were trapped in their buildings on the 30th floor, on the 20th floor. They couldn't get out. They were trapped in their apartment buildings. And we were dropping food off in rowboats like 15 stories high. It was insane. Every tunnel flooded. It just, I don't talk about it because it was like a horror movie. It was like a disaster movie. I couldn't believe it. It was bad. The Lincoln Tunnel flooded. The Brooklyn, the Queens, the Brooklyn Bridge was falling down. There was so much damage to that. We finally had to stop using the Tappan Zee Bridge because it destroyed it so bad that they went and reinforced it and they made it a park. They put grass in and they revamped it. And I'm like, what if another storm comes? How do you know that's going to hold up? Stupid. It should have got ripped down. And then we had to build another one. We had to fix the George Washington Bridge. That got messed up. We had cracks and leaks in the Lincoln and Holland Tunnel for years. For years. I used to pray every day Richard went to work. Richard would cross himself on the way through the tunnel every day. Thousands and millions of gallons of water on top. Now there's maybe the Hudson River is not that deep. Not that deep. Those tunnels go under the ground. They're not in the water. They're actually like 20 stories under the ground. That Lincoln Tunnel, here's the ground, starts here and you go straight down like this for about 10 stories, and then it goes to New York, and then you come back up again. It was bad. It was bad. We had a lot of issues, a lot of repairs, and then it was just manholes exploding, streets exploding, sinkholes, boom, boom, boom. In the beginning, for the first 3 weeks of that happening, after it was over and the water was gone and we went back to normal again, it took months for the water to get out of New York. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was like all 5 boroughs, the entire island flooded all the way up to the Tappan Zee Bridge. It's hundreds of miles. It was nuts. It was nuts. But I forgot I was going to say something else that had happened. But anyway, yeah, just shit falling apart because all the foundations are ruined. That's why they always condemn everything. You don't know how long that concrete's going to last. Yeah, that wood's drying out nice, but you don't know about the very inside on the core of the wood. The house could have mold right in the very middle of a 2x4, and you can't see it because it looks nice on the outside, and you clip a little piece off. Oh, look, see it? No, it's okay. No, there was mold directly in the middle. We learned a lot. My friends' houses, some of them had to be demolished. Their families had lived in them for, like, some people in my town have been in there over 100 years in the same houses. I mean, they've been rebuilt over the years, but these families have lived there since the town was founded. It was a shame. It was a shame. We're sitting there watching our friends' houses be ripped down. It was bad. But National Geographic and all that had to come and look at the structure of the cliffs. What did it do to the dirt? Because we have weird dirt over there that's part sand because we're on the ocean. And we got a lot of limestone and blue rock, which is like clay. It's not a real rock. These are rocks that can absorb water. So they had to make sure that the entire Palisades Cliff, which is like the San Andreas fault line, that's how New York broke off. We have pictures of it when it was all one piece. It was pretty cool. We found them. When we were renovating the library, there was a secret room in the library because it's a 200-year-old house. And we found all the pictures from before the Lincoln Tunnel was there. And it's like, wait, where's New York? And they said, no, this is before New York, before the earthquake on our side broke off and made Manhattan. And we were like, how do we know that the rest of us who were living right here on the edge of a 2,000-foot cliff looking into the hole of the Lincoln Tunnel that we ain't gonna fall down one day in a landslide? After Sandy, that was because it went up so high, it was soaking the bottom of a 2,000-foot cliff. Now, what if that turned that into a sponge and went over 200 houses in a 3-mile radius? Every single foundation was cracked. Houses, apartment buildings, my whole town, everything right on the edge of the top of the cliff. Bang, bang, bang. All broken. Some of them had to be redone. They had to have struts and I-beams put in to reinforce the buildings. It was crazy. And that happened, that started, were we on our third year? Starting on our third year. We got paid for 2.5 years. After that, it was just voluntary. We just helping friends then. But I think it was year 4 when that started happening. I was like, the inside of the floors were falling down. I was like, oh shit, what the hell happened up here? Just the force of the water deteriorating the base of the mountain. I was like, damn. They spent 2 years in our town going to every single house, taking samples out of the mountains, setting off charges to give stability to some section, and then we had to leave while they were setting off explosives, sticking dynamite in a 1-mile section where we lived right on top, just to check stuff. Then they had seismic shit in there, and they said, well, you know, you're like the San Andreas fault, and it's probably what happened with New York. It happened again, and now it's your turn. We're like, great. I was never so happy to get the hell out of there, let me tell you. We kept always wondering when the hell was our turn. Oh, yeah. I know, it's getting so cold up there. I couldn't take the cold. I realized, I thought about it to come up, and I see now everybody up there's got a sweater, the diesel heaters on. They've been on for like almost a month now, and I said, damn, it's getting that cold already. I don't know. I would like to take the trip one more time. I loved it up there. If I could go there and stay, I would. I would leave Florida for Canada and go back to Labrador. I love Labrador and Newfoundland. I like the Halifax Harbor though, but the storms coming in up there are insane. They made a movie called The Shipping News. My grandmother was telling me, because she had seen part of it. Richard and I showed it to her. I said, this is where we were, right? And she says, yeah, that's where the family lived, here in the town where they actually made the movie up in Newfoundland. It was Kevin Spacey and some other people. Ah, shit, we're losing our light. Oh, it is. But I don't remember. I saw the Castle Hotel that Matthew drives by. That big red one with the cone towers, like, and stuff, looks like a castle. I was there. We drove all the way across, and then we came back again. But we didn't spend a lot of time. We just sightseeing while we're driving through certain places. But I know I've been to Banff. There's a couple of places where Chrome goes. I said, oh my God, I was there. I remember that. So yeah, I was on that side in BC. I'd like to see more of BC, but I like where I was. I haven't been to I don't remember the middle. We just drove through that. She didn't even stop. And the town of, and I'm going to say a bad word for a minute. There's a town up in Newfoundland called Dildo. D-I-L-D-O. Needless to say, I started laughing when I saw the sign, And I couldn't say anything. My grandmother's a very uptight lady, very, you know, tooty-too. You don't make jokes like that with grandma. She can, but very uppity, okay? I looked at the sign and I started laughing. She hit the gas to drive past it faster. We never said a word. I wanted to take a picture of it, but I knew she'd yell at me. Jennifer, what are you doing? Don't do that. No, it's not ladylike. My grandmother was like my fair lady. But she could get down and dirty with the rest of them and work on a car, you know what I mean? She comes from the rich bitch club. But her face turned white. She didn't say a word for like 15 minutes in the car, just speeding to get out of that town as fast as, because every sign on all the places, it was all, the word was like everywhere. She must have forgot. We did like 100 miles an hour through that town without her saying a word. Oh, I laughed when someone sent Matthew the stickers. I wanted to tell him, mail me one. I'll send you $20. Give me a sticker. Oh, God. I've forgotten all about that. That's why I like watching the videos up there. I get homesick. That's why I liked upstate New York when we got transferred after we got flooded out of South Jersey for the second time. My mother, we were very lucky that my dad was nearby. We were lucky he wasn't deployed the 2 times when it happened. That was awful. Going through it myself, you know. I know how they feel. Climbing out a window when that water rushed in and my heart started pounding. I had a little episode about 48, well, no. I'd say about 14 hours into Sandy. It started jogging memories in my head. Like I told you, I was like, you know, 4 to 5 years old. I didn't go to where my mother was working as the first responder until 77. So I was 8 years old. So I spent until the day I was born until I was about 7.5. We moved to that part of Jersey the summer of 76. We lived on Army Base housing my whole life. Hey, stop it. But yeah, that was, it got to me. It got to me and I started snapping and I was crying upstairs. And Richard's like, what's the matter with you? I said, you don't understand. And I snapped. It brought up a bad memory. It was a smell. Somebody smelled funny, like I can't explain it. And it hit me like, and I took off. I got in the elevator and I ran upstairs and I started crying. And Richard went down to my mother. He's like, she's upstairs and I don't think I can get her out. What the hell is wrong? She's like, what is she saying? She goes, we're gonna die, we're gonna drown, we're gonna get to the window. And she's looking for her father. And she's like, oh shit, come with me, I'll explain on the way upstairs. And she walked up and just fucking slapped me in the face. She just slapped the shit out of me in the face. Richard brought me over to her and I just woke up and she's like, it's me, look at me, look at the chair. And I was like, whoa. She goes, it's okay, you're gonna be all right. But you can't do that again until the shit is over, you understand me? Okay. I got something to eat, had a drink. It was like, I don't know, like 11 o'clock at night. It was a long day. It was like that shit was never ending. Ugh. I don't want to go through that again. Ever. It's like I try to watch some of those videos, but it's hard. I can only watch like a few minutes at a time. But yeah. I feel very sorry. I feel sorry for those kids, you know. especially the ones in, although the Carolina gets hit with, they're acting like they've never had a hurricane or a rains or flood. I mean, I know this is fucking biblical shit because everybody forgot about the mountain coming down on top of everybody, like Pompeii. That's what it looked like. Movies of Pompeii. It was just rivers of mud. It just like 100 feet wide, like twice as wide as the house coming at them. Weesh. Okay, sorry. And then I feel like, I wish I wasn't sick. I would be there. It's hard. This is hard on me, being sick and not being able to do anything anymore. It sucks. It really does. It really sucks. Especially when you see they got no fucking help and what's going on, and it's despicable shit. Just despicable shit. We never waited for phone calls. My mom didn't have to. Her name is on an Air Force base. I got my supplies. You guys come to me. And because we got put in charge of those particular reservists and then the Marines out of Miami and the Army Corps of Engineer guys were assigned to us to certain places, always. Mostly the same guys. Some move on and, do other things, but mostly the same guys again and again and again, because they know the area. We just did, fuck you, I ain't waiting until tomorrow to hand this shit out. They need it now. We need this. We need that. So I was like, I'll do what I tell you to say. That shit's on me. And they don't like it, my name's on the door. I don't give a shit. So that's why when they made her a federal officer and then I was allowed to be one, I was like, okay, I'll do it. What the hell? At least I could help her, And she was getting tired of getting sick, and my mom died a year after Sandy. Almost a year to the day. She died Saturday before Thanksgiving. I forget when Sandy was. It was like right then, September, I think. I gotta look it up. It was a blur. I know it was getting cold out in the end. But what a disaster. And the same shit you see. That whole thing where Obama came in with Christie, that was a setup bullshit. They were not a real sight. And no one wanted them there. That's why they had to go to these bullshit sites, because they tried going to real ones and people started cursing and screaming and yelling and going crazy that they had to leave. When they're throwing shit at the governor, you don't bring out the president. Let's just put it that way. Because Krispy Kreme showed up with Obama covered in powdered sugar. Because people were throwing fucking donuts at him. That's what he fucking bringing people Dunkin' Donuts and coffee in these big containers. Yeah, he got pelted with fucking powdered donuts and chased out. True story. That's why everyone hates him so much. He's a piece of crap. But yeah, no, they didn't want Obama there either. They only went to like 3 designated places. And I left. When they were showing up, I didn't go. I stayed, keeping myself busy, and left. I couldn't even look at that man. Probably would have spit in his face. I was like, people don't even know. When he started running for president, I wanted to shoot myself. I was like, Lord, please, no. The rest of the world has to know. This guy's a human scum. Human scum. So, yeah. So we didn't wait for no phone calls. We just handed shit out and got in trouble. They can't fire you because they don't have no one else to replace you. And that's the good thing about having that kind of a job, say, as the federal officer. You know too much. That's why you can't leave. You do that till the day you die. Once you become a Marine or a Navy SEAL or high up in the Navy or the military, you're retired, but you ain't retired. It says retired on your license plate, but you're still active duty. You're on call. Now, normally retired is on call. I'm still active duty as if I'm still working. I'm just out on sick leave. Like instead of giving me Aflac, they give me the insurance they're giving me, which is like a kind of thing that people with COBRA get. So, stop. So I was like, they changed my insurance 3 times just to keep me active duty. So in case the shit hits the fan, they call you if they need someone just to organize or do something. I said, well, I can't work in the field no more, so what the hell am I going to do? He said, I need your brain. I'll give you a desk and a phone, and then you just tell everybody what to do. And you become a dispatcher, just, send the clothes here, send the food there, get the medicine over here. We got to make designated areas so you don't have a mishmash of shit all in one place either. You can have a few of those and make a shopping store, but you have to make designated places. Now, these people, but I saw that's the most despicable thing that I saw out of the people doing it themselves one is that they had hours. There wasn't somebody there 24 hours a day to take care of medical needs. What if what if those 2 little 8-year-old boys that they found at like 3 in the morning that fell out of the tree had actually lived and they weren't there? The lady went home and drove an hour home and no one took her place? No. We were 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 2.5 years till the last tent closed for Sandy. It just was never ending. It was never, just as soon as you thought it was okay, more people started coming back. Yeah, I don't know. And they had the same mess with the mud and the stuff, and it's just mixing mud and sand together. They got to get all the sand. If people are like, just put the sand back on the beach. I said, you can't put the sand back on the beach because now it's contaminated with the seawater that has motor oil, gasoline from all the cars and all the boats that are in the marina that are all busted up, leaking gas and oil and everything that now got sucked up by the sand that the water pushed in. It's all contaminated. You can't put it back out again for people to sit on and little kids to touch in their face and stuff. You got to take that, now you're going to send it to the guys who pave the roads. Use that sand to mix in with some dirt. You can't use it for like human consumption anymore. They got to find places to put it until they need it. So that's why they got all those trucks coming in and construction companies and demolition crews. They're separating the sand from the clay, from the dirt, from all kinds of shit so they can take it back and drop it off at all the companies so they can turn that into asphalt and come back and put the roads. And then you're just making designated sections because they know they're going to need it. So we're not going to truck it too far away, but we got to pick places to leave piles 10 stories high of dirt, sand, rocks. It's insane. They're preparing now to repave all the roads and the sidewalks, and that was crazy. That was madness in New York, fixing these road after road. That made 9/11 look like nothing. It's like we goofed that 9/11 was a practice run for friggin' Superstorm Sandy in the aftermath. That wasn't even the storm, just of all those buildings collapsing and roads falling in. Oh, that's what I was saying. We thought the first 6 to 9 ones that happened were terrorist attacks. No one was thinking that the buildings were collapsing because the foundations were falling in, and the roads and tunnels underneath the city was just boom, boom, collapsing from all the water that went in to all the storm drains and flooded out underneath the dirt under all those high-rise buildings and brownstones. You had like 6-floor apartment buildings just poof, collapsing. We were rescuing hundreds of people like every single day in all 5 boroughs. That wasn't just Manhattan. It was like Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, from the tip of Manhattan all the way up to the George Washington Bridge. It was nuts. It was nuts. We actually got new tunnels out of it. I forget which one. They actually ripped it out and started again. Must have been the Queens or the Battery Tunnel in New York. It's a little miniature Lincoln Tunnel, and there's 1 lane in, 1 hole in, 1 hole out. And they had the water rushing in. The whole ocean just filled up every one of those tunnels and under the bridges in New York. It took out all the elevated subways. It actually went over the elevated subways and it's wiped all that shit out. There was no subways above ground. For like, I don't know, a year. All electric. Hey, psst, come here. Dookie. Night, night. I'm gonna turn the light on you. What time is it? Okay, that's not bad. But yeah, that was crazy stuff. So I don't really talk about it. That's why. It just, ugh. With those people, Jesus, that's bad. Mudslides are awful. They'll never find the people. You'll have thousands of people they'll never find. On their guesstimates, just from the people up in those mountains, you're looking at a total from Florida to Georgia to Carolina, probably gonna have at least 3,000 missing people that they'll never find. Even on this side of Florida, when that water came in, it started getting sucked out again. It was like a tsunami. The water rushed in, then all of a sudden all that water receded. Well, what about all the people who were trapped in the water up in that section? Oh, I forget that. I think it's Naples. Down. I think it was down. The water went in, and then it came back out. So if you were in the water trying to get out of your house, or out on a boat, or you didn't have a boat, now you're swimming trying to get to a neighbor's Dookie. Duke. Look at this jerk. Duke, get over here. Why are you being bad? Lay down. Because the lights are still on. Shut. How many people got swept out to sea when the water went out? And then it came back in, and they did get all those rivers rose. That's what I was telling you about. There's some videos today of them saying, yeah, the water we went up another 8 feet. So the house was okay yesterday, and today it's up to the roof. It was only, say 3 foot, maybe up to the waist. Now it's up to the roof. Now the house is gone. She goes, yesterday it was only, all we had to do was from 3 feet down. And they came back today on the boat, and now the water's up to the roof. The house is gone. She said, overnight, I just lost the house again. Twice. I was like, oh, damn. So that's the longest video. The last one I put on the top of the list. He's talking with people that came back after the river rose. They left, waited, and now they came back to find out that, yeah, they got 10 feet of water again on top of the 8 feet they already got. That's what happened over there today. When I saw that, I said, oh, wow. I didn't really think that river would do that. And it's funny that it went east. It didn't come to our side. I looked at the park. I drove past the stuff on our side and kept looking. And this side was fine. The parking lots, nothing. It was business as usual. Over there, it went that way. So the wind whipping around pushed it to the east. So we never got it from the mainland. It took the river water and just shoved it to the first barrier island, then the other river, which is a giant canal, and flooded A1A. And then Cocoa Beach, it just flooded. It flooded the barrier islands from the inside. Instead of on beach side, it came from inland out. I said, oh, damn. That's what they were talking about. I never even thought of that. Listen, Cujo, you're a bit much today. You know that, right? You look like Stitch. You're being a nasty dog today. Don't be mean. I guess the fan didn't work. You're being a bad boy, bro. Look, I'm putting the spotlight on you. Bad boys. Yo, bad boy. Psst, look at me. Oh, get your bone. He's in a mood. He's gonna be in a mood when he don't get his bone tomorrow. But yeah, what time is it? Okay, I'm gonna have to leave you because I can't drain the batteries. Because I'm draining that one right now, running the fan. And if you see Bonnie in the comments, her son's over there. Yeah, they have family there. I think she's on that side, but her sons, they got hit. They got hit. They're having problems. And so send Bonnie some love and some prayers that her son can get some stuff straightened out. And they get the help they need. They're in that situation. So give Bonnie some love when you see her commenting on my videos, okay? I did see her here tonight, right? Nobody saw Bonnie come in? Are you here? All right, I was chatting with her through the comments yesterday and today. I didn't hear anything back from her. I was hoping she'd come on tonight. So send some love to Monty and her son and his family. He's got a wife and children, and they need help. Okay. I think that's it. Let me get off. And then we'll do another one towards the end of the week, okay? And that's it. And it doesn't look like any more stuff is coming. The other ones are just going to fizzle out to sea. And if something comes, it won't be nothing. So we have like, at least, we have the next 2 weeks to free and clear. Oh, Lord, please. Please pick on someone else. just for a few more weeks. Just give us a reprieve. I was tired of hiding from tornadoes and freaking water. I'm still trying to catch up on sleep. Every time I hear a noise, I'm jumping. Like, you have, like, shell shock from this tornado crap. I don't like the tornado crap because you can hear it. When I saw the signs ripped out of the ground with all a big concrete ball and about 3 inches of dirt attached to it, all laying. They're just laying street signs everywhere, ripping it right out of the ground. So made me realize what was going on all around me while I was trying to stay awake and sleep an hour or so in between, you know. That was rough. I didn't sleep for a couple of days. Just getting over the last one. That wasn't so bad. I wish it was Helen. And Helen looked like nothing next to this. Yeah, no, I ate. My stomach, my food wasn't going down, and I was watching the videos, and it's Richard's birthday tomorrow, and I just kind of like, I'm hungry, but I can't find nothing I want. And I got a million things. I gotta eat some. I got some jelly donuts. I gotta eat some sugar. I realized I wasn't feeling good this morning. I forgot I ran out of stuff, and then I said, oh shit, I got my chocolate chips, jackass. No, everybody's just walking around in slow motion. Everybody's so upset. Over here, over there. They got family over there. They got freaked out by the tornado bombardment. Freaked everyone out. They're just, they're like walking zombies. They always are after a storm like this. Always. Anything like 3 or higher, forget about it. You can deal with a 2 just for so long, you know. It's the length of time. This was very loud. The wind was very hard. It was a freaky storm with all kinds of thunder and lightning, and it was just creepy noises, and it was just, everybody was saying the same thing, calling into the radio show the whole night. When is this going to end? 104.1 was on throughout the whole storm, starting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They stayed on for 36 straight hours. 36 straight hours. Stop. Knock it off. Now, we still had rain over here where you had sun over there, and they stayed on the air till every single tornado warning stopped, and then the sun came out in Brevard County and Martin County because of what happened all the way straight up. Cocoa Beach got ravaged by tornadoes, bad ones too, ripped the friggin' half of the top story of the houses off. A bunch of people died over there. I haven't heard that hit the fucking news. Stop. Because I'm going to choke this dog. We can't do it live on TV. You're being so bad. Why are you being bad? Don't be bad, Dookie. Bad Dookie doesn't get good things, does he? No. You don't get more. No more. I'm not going to give you more. You don't go night-night. Go lay down. I'll give you, you lay down, I'll give you more. I'll give you more if you lay down. Halfway laid down. But, what the hell was I saying? It was just a creepy storm. Everybody's main thing was, when is the wind gonna stop? And what the hell is that noise? It was just like a moaning kind of weird, I don't even know what it was. It was creepy. It sounded like the devil go, whoa. It was just long, drawn out, creepy shit. I freaked Richard out the first time he heard the storms like that. That usually happens during the tropical storms. It's like a howling or I don't know what it is, like a bugle horn. It's like you can't, and no one can describe it because it sounds different to everybody, but it's just freaking weird. It was freaking everyone out. They couldn't take it. It was too many hours of it. Normally it happens for 3-4 hours. Not, we're working on, 20 hours, 23 hours that it had started raining before the storm came. It was nonstop. We had 72 straight hours of rain with the crazy, 40 hours. Because when it started over there, it started over here. It just went straight across. That whole swirl. So we got the whole first part, the whole middle, the eye wall. We got the entire fucking hurricane over here from beginning to end. It didn't leave here till Saturday. Ugh. It's like, damn, the shit started on Monday. It was a week of this tornado, but that creepy crap. And they taped it too, so you could actually go back and find it and listen to everybody calling in the whole night from the whole state. It was the Florida emergency show, and these people volunteered to stay right over here, in a concrete building that's only 9 feet high, maybe 10 feet. It's a very small little concrete bunker, probably 12 feet by 12 feet, if that. And it's just a receiver, a tower, a bunch of microphones, and underground phone lines. Everything is underground. So that's been on for years that I remember. And now some of the same people who were young in their 20s, they're now the old guys, still doing the show. It's like a lifetime job. You just volunteer, like a first responder thing. He does something else, but during the storms, he does this show. That's it. It's his show, and 3 other people, some youngsters, join in. But they keep the phone lines open all night. So if you have an emergency or something like that, they have a text message, and they had an email address and something else, another way to get to them, on a YouTube channel. Like, I forget, they might have been live streaming part of it. I'm not sure. But it was cool, and they stayed on for, it must have been over 36 or 40 hours when they finally shut the show down. So it was nice. People, you know, some old people called up, some young people called up. It was neat. But it was the whole state calling up about the same stuff, you know. So it's pretty neat. I'm gonna see if I could find it and listen again. Some of the shit was funny. In the beginning, you know, there were a lot of jokes and shit, and then it started getting serious, and people were freaking out a little bit. But it was just funny that half the state was like, "What the hell's that noise?" I told Richard, "You'll get used to it." He said, "No, I won't. It sounds like the devil." It's like chasing us. I know. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh, I was thinking about him a lot with different things with that storm and shit. So, all right, let me get out of here. In an hour and a half, that's good. I'm gonna have I need batteries. I need the phone. Oh, I saw my friend, the police lady, the sheriff. This is her permanent post. We saw her at I don't want to say where I was. I had picked up some fast food. I was waiting for her, and she pulled into the parking lot. Yeah, it was 104.1 real radio. So it started, let me think. It started Wednesday at 5 p.m. because the storm made landing on Thursday, technically. So, because it wasn't supposed to hit till 2 in the morning. So they came on at 5 o'clock, and then the storm landed. The eye wall showed up at 8 o'clock at night instead of 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 a.m. Thursday, you know what I mean? From Wednesday to Thursday. So look around Wednesday, 5 o'clock, and see if they look up the live hurricane call-in show for Florida. 104.1 real radio. Yeah, it is. It's good. But just made me remember a lot. Because Richard had just died when we had the 2 hurricanes, Nicole and Ian. I was scared shitless. I was sitting in the mobile home alone with 187-mile-an-hour winds, holding on to the cat, and then the house lifting up like the freaking Wizard of Oz. The only reason why the house didn't flip is because my father paid, it was $5,000 to tie down the mobile home. My father gave him another $5,000 and went down, instead of 10 feet, he went down 25 feet. Because he was the Marine Army Corps of Engineers dude, okay? That's the only reason why my house didn't flip over. It ripped the carport right out of the ground. I had to go outside with a nylon rope, tie it or lasso the carport that was attached to the kitchen, okay, roof. It just comes off, like, here's the roof of the kitchen, half the house, and then the carport is just screwed on to the side of the house with a bunch of bolts. We kept saying we were going to cut it off, and then he died 2 weeks after his birthday, before November with the hurricane. So I never got anything done. I should have cut the fucking carport off. The carport ripped out of the ground with Nicole, and I couldn't find nobody to fix the house, to fix that, because they all went over to the West Coast to take care of Fort Myers and all that other shit over there, okay? Then Ian showed up too soon. There was nobody, so I knew if when it came from the other side, I was gonna just rip off the carport and then take half the roof with it. I knew it was gonna do one piece. It was as long as the side of the house, so it was just gonna all go together. So I took heavy duty plastic nylon rope, lassoed it on to the legs coming down off the carport that were in the ground and the concrete, just ripped the whole shit right out of all four posts, all came right out of the ground. So I tied the whole thing. I had 200 feet of rope. I pulled them all. I pulled 1, 2, 3, 4 ropes together, tied a giant knot, then separated that, went around the van. I had nothing to anchor it to. The van was already done, but it had a lot more heavier stuff in it, and I said, you know what, I gotta weight down the van. I put a whole bunch of shit. I don't even remember what I did. I think I bought play sand. Must have been plastic bags of play sand. I didn't want dirty sand in the car, so I whatever it was heavy, or concrete. Bags of powdered concrete. Those are very heavy. Cat litter, anything I could think of that I threw in the back of this car. Then I tied the rope around the van, around the outside, and tied the doors closed, like I was just wrapping a spool of thread, okay? Prayed to God, tied it to the concrete stairs that my dad had put in. He put these metal poles straight down about 3 feet to use it as an anchor to tie his Jeep up with, so it wouldn't get sucked away in case a tornado came, because he loved this fucking car. So I said, I know this is an anchor to in the ground that he did himself. I said, okay. So I tied the car to that. It lasted through 175-mile-an-hour winds for 19 hours. I knew that was it. I said, this is it. I don't want to do this shit no more. I was cursing him out for leaving before me. 40 tonight. Oh, I wish. I've been enjoying the last couple of days. It's been cold. Even though it was cold, I put the fan on, trying to cool off a little bit. It was hot. We didn't have any nothing, no battery, barely any. I was saving it so I could watch the live streams until they lost the phones. Verizon was gone. AT&T was gone. Stuff went out all over the place. I keep going to get off and forgetting about other stuff. But yeah, we lost the phones. We lost everything but the internet. This kept going. Thank you, Lord. That's when I was wishing I didn't throw away the stupid Starlink. It would have been a better deal. It'd still be cheaper than paying for these two things. Oh, I got rid of it because it was $160 a month. This is $180. I could have did a cheap, crappy phone and just used my iPad over there that I already had. Stupid. Stupid. I told them someone stole it out of my front yard because we threw it in a dumpster. I cut the cords off and threw it in a dumpster. They wouldn't answer me to pause or cancel my service, so I wrote an email telling them that the reason why I'm trying to pause and cancel, I realized I forgot to tell you in the first 2 emails. Someone stole it out of my front yard. They just pulled the wire out and took off with the stupid Starlink. So I was reporting it stolen and missing. So they finally cut my service off. I should have just kept it. But somebody will turn it in and they'll find it and they'll realize it was missing. See, they took it and they threw it away. But yeah, I was wishing I had the Starlink. Because that lasted. I put that through the test. And that lasted damn good. Their Starlink, I don't know about if the roof goes, it's going. But it was down on the ground behind the van. And I anchored it into the ground. And that withstood a lot. He made it to withstand the hurricanes. I think up to 150 miles an hour. I think it can withstand up to a Cat 3. About 160, 170. But I don't know about, 36 hours. Maybe not. That thing might wear out after a while, but yeah. What? Yeah. I wish I was freezing and 40 degrees with Starlink. How's that? I'm gonna freeze my ass off up in Labrador with my Starlink. If I wasn't afraid of the diesel heaters, they scare the crap out of me with that thing. Oh my God. I hate that they're doing that, but there's really no other way. I don't know. I always freak out when I see what's-his-face setting fires inside his van, Foresty Forest. That dude's in the middle of nowhere. He don't like anybody, does he? I think he hates the world, except for what's-her-face. I was surprised that he was camping with her. It was nice to see him with people. That guy's like, just climbing the top of the mountain, leave me the fuck alone. I was always laughing. God forbid Matthew went mountain climbing with Foresty Forest. The two of them would never come down from the mountain. That's it. I was like, join the I Hate the World Club. Just leave me alone. Oh, Christ. All right, let me get out of here. I need electricity for tomorrow and tonight. I love you guys. We're praying for you, Bonnie, and your family, your son and his wife and kiddies. Let everything go okay. Amen. Let it be written, so let it be done. And yeah, I'll check in with you in a couple of days. Yeah, I am. I slept pretty well last night, but I think I'm just gonna crash right out. It's like for I don't know, 15 days we've been like, it's like enough already. It's like a 2-week-long hurricane with a couple of eye wall days, with 4 days of an eye wall in between. It sucks. All right, love you guys. Glad everybody's okay. I'll see you in a couple of days, okay? Plus, we're running out of light. This thing's gonna turn off, and then we'll be sitting in the dark with that. I love that thing. Good night, everybody. There we go. And my dollar store solar light. It's actually working. Still. Duke chewed the shit out of them. Bad dog. They used to have a stem on them. Now they don't. Good night, everybody. Good night, Rare Beads, Kim, Teresa. Wait, where'd he go? Hungry, let's eat. I like that. I missed that. Sorry. Hello, 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 hello. That's funny. I like that name. And everybody else. I'm sorry. I know I'm missing somebody. I can't get all the way back. I'm stuck. Where's Mr. Street? I forgot. What happened to you? Street. There it is. And Teo. T-A-O. L-T-A-O. I'll fix that later. Good night, Buck. Oh, I'm kicking myself. I'm blocking myself. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Give me a couple of days, okay? Bye, everybody. Oh, I'm trying to turn it off on here. I'm watching, dummy.